Republicans have been accusing President Biden of running a crime family with kickbacks for the big guy. Democrats have been accusing Trump of the same thing for years. To be sure, there's always been an overlap between politics and the mafia. And with all the talk of RICO charges lately, it's back in the spotlight. But is being a politician really like being in the mob? Joining me now, former mobster and underboss of the Gambino crime family, Sammy the Bull Gravano. Sammy! Thanks for joining us.
How you doing?
I got to start with a true story. So I did a book report in school on your book, Underboss.
That's great.
Well,
That's
I just want to run something by you because I was a really slow student. It was the only subject I got an A in, and I legitimately think it's because my professor thought I was related to the mobster James Failla because my real name is James Failla. Now, so far as I know, I'm not related, but are there any restaurants where I could probably eat free with that name?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Oh, no.
I wasn't able to eat free, so I doubt it.
Well, there went that plan. Okay, over to your area of expertise. With all the political things going on right now, there's accusations against Biden. Like I said in the intro, they've been coming to Trump for years. When you look at politics from your vantage point, is politics the mafia, but in cheaper suits than you guys wore?
I would take that as an insult. The mafia is nothing like politics. We're not on their level. You know, we're a different organization. Politics don't give a damn about anybody. They're robbing the public. They're hurting people. Open borders. The cities are falling apart. There's no comparison to what these scumbags are doing to what we did.
You know what? I would commend that because obviously in the mafia, women and children were off limits, whereas what's going on in politics doesn't really have a regard for anybody, does it?
No, and they weren't off limits. They were people that we protected. They were people in our neighborhood. We loved people in our neighborhood. We never hurt people in our neighborhood. They were protected. You never heard of this kind of stuff back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even into the 90s. We, if you want to compare us with politicians and people like that, we're like Boy Scouts compared to them.
No, in theory, you really are. And I think a lot of people would argue the streets were a lot safer in mafia neighborhoods than they feel today, right?
Well, I know a lot of police and FBI people. I cooperated. And, I'm in touch with some of them. I became friends with them. They say it to me themselves.
Fair.
There's no doubt the streets were a lot safer. And so I think it's
fair.
It's not something that I'm making up. So.
Yeah, no, certainly not. What do you think of the idea of the Bidens being a crime family? Does that behavior in any way remind you of things you've seen in the past?
You know, I've been listening to what's going on with him, and I understand the RICO law. The Biden family is an exact replica of the RICO law.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they did. But, you know, like, again, you talk about gangsters and different kind of crimes. You know, they sold out the entire country.
Yep.
When they're taking money from these countries and passing laws, they're hurting our whole country. I'll give you another example. We're giving billions upon billions, 113, 120 billion, I heard, to Ukraine. Hawaii, there was a disaster. I mean, it's terrible. You look at it, and he gives them $700 per family.
That's nuts.
So,
it's
so I mean, that's what we say. It's nuts, but that's organized crime to a degree that is really disgusting.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't mind if somebody stole a little bit here, didn't pay taxes here or there.
Yeah.
You know, we can make a big stink about that. But these are the things that they're doing now.
Yeah,
so are they a crime family? I think he's definitely a crime family. And it's a perfect RICO racketeering act.
Yep. Well, then, absolutely. And no one would know better than you. Last question. What did you consider more dangerous, turning on the mob or actually being on the set of the reality show Mob Wives?
Well, I was in prison when Mob Wives came out.
Oh, okay.
So
you were safe.
And I was safe. So when it came out, my daughter was on it. I says, "Oh, here we go. I'm going to hear things in prison." So but it was good. They did a great job.
They got it done.
They had a lot of fun.
Yep. Last one, because I do appreciate that show. It was a great watch. What do you think of Putin assassinating, as the reports say, his rival Prigozhin?
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, you know, he's a tough guy.
Yep.
I mean, he's a gangster. He's smart. He had this guy around him. The guy's a multi-billionaire. They were close. He turned on him. And I think, you know, he has the capabilities of taking him out.
Yeah.
I think he has the temperament to taking him out. But I don't know. I mean, it's not clear.
Yeah, okay.
I saw a statement. He says he didn't do it, so I really don't know.
Yep, and I've seen the reports go back and forth. No, I agree. One other conspiracy question from me. What have you made of reports over the years that the Mafia was involved in helping the CIA kill JFK? Could that have happened, and could they have kept it a secret?
Well, I know a lot about that situation. I'm going to do a video on it. I'm talking with people in Hollywood about it.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say too much, but I think there was a massive conspiracy to kill JFK.
Wow.
And I think the CIA was involved, the Mafia was involved. I think the vice president then was involved. So I think there's a lot of people involved in that.
All right,
and,
cool.
I think it's coming out slowly.
All right, well, I'm going to cut it off here for my own safety, but I really appreciate this, Sam. This was awesome. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Okay, my pleasure.
My man.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.